Tonight we're in the Tribal Governance Center for the 2025 Tribal Council Candidate Forum. This year we decided to expand our coverage of this election by asking the candidates a post-game interview. This question will allow them to reflect on how the forum went for them. So all these interview questions will not be edited to capture a live reaction. So our first guest tonight is Pamela Warren Chase. Why don't you tell me in a few words, how did the candidates forum go for you tonight?
I think it went really well. I enjoyed the change that they made where they didn't repeat the question to three people. They just gave us individuals and then they put us in a certain order. And I think it worked well. We each had our own question. And so I think it took away that unfair advantage of the other two people that got to answer that question second. And so they had time to think about it, where the first person had to do it off the cuff. So yeah, I liked the change. It went well.
And how do you think that this forum will affect your campaign for Tribal Council?
I'm hoping that it's a positive outcome. Obviously, we all hope for that. But yeah, I see it. I think I did some strong answers. There are some places that it's difficult to give a solid answer because of the scenario. You need to be in the moment, kind of a thing. But they were all great questions, and I really appreciate people turning those questions in to the council for them to choose for us. So I think it went well. Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Why don't you tell us contact information if they want to reach out to you?
Contact information. My email is Warren, WARREN 31 @yahoo.com. My phone number is 971-237-3696. And feel free to text me, call me, email me. Yeah, anything that was asked tonight that I didn't get to answer, and you want my answer for that, feel free to reach out.
So our next candidate is Lisa Archuleta. Why don't you tell us, how did the forum go for you tonight?
That was very hard. I came thinking or hoping that I was going to be prepared. In some ways, I feel like I failed myself, but it's like a new job. I've worked so long in social services and human service, so it is like having a new job. And I guess I should have been more prepared, but I was honest about not knowing. And so, yeah, I'm kind of a little bit in shock because, it was hard. It was really hard. So I'm just hoping that I can still get the support and keep moving forward in the election and, just be there and hope for the best. And I hope you do support me and give me a chance because I do have a lot of good qualifications. And so thank you.
Yeah. One last quick question, and you may have already kind of answered this, but how do you think this forum will affect your campaign? I've been asking everyone. That was not a targeted question.
To be honest, I really don't know. Like I said, I'm a little disappointed in my answers and not being prepared. But like I said, I would still hope you would support me, and I will do the best I can. If I do get elected, I have a lot to learn, and it's a whole new realm for me. So I will do the best I can and, listen to the membership and be there for the membership, and like I have for the last 22 years. So thank you.
Yes. Can you give some contact information if people want to reach out to you?
Absolutely. So my email is Archuleta, ARCHULETALISAA12 @gmail.com. And so if you can reach me by my email.
Okay, so our next candidate is Peter Grout. Why don't you tell us in a few words, how did the forum go for you tonight?
I think all right. There was a few things I would have liked to got the question and had the chance to answer, and obviously we have the rest of the campaign to answer some of those questions. I was just actually talking with somebody that's going to help me with some videos, and and they were saying, write down some things that you want to do in these videos, and I was like, I wrote down all those questions during that. So if you saw me writing, that was what I was doing, just to make sure that I could answer those questions afterwards. Overall, I thought I did well. That time limit, it catches up to you sometimes, and you want to just get that little bit more in there, and you have to kind of cut yourself off. But overall, I think I did all right. We'll see.
Yeah.
I think everybody did a good job. I think it's something that's every year. You have a hard decision. There's people that are good people that want to serve, and it's just a matter of who do you think that will do best.
Great. The last question we have for you is, how do you think that this forum will affect your campaign for tribal council?
I guess I guess it depends on how many people see it. I mean, that's the biggest thing. I was just talking with somebody. They're like, "I didn't know you could speak," and I'm like, "Well, I'm at the, I'm not a stranger at the podium. I've spoken, and they're like, "Oh, well, I don't really watch that." So, I've been told by a few people that I talked to on the way up that they thought I did good. I think it's just a big thing of how many people see it. I didn't realize that you actually have to reach out and get it. I would like to see it posted for not just myself but for everybody, that it was a little more readily available. You didn't have to actually ask for it. I don't know why that's the case. But
I think it will be available in a few days, he said, publicly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't hear that part because
Yeah.
I heard him saying if you want to request it. So I thought that was the only way to get it.
Maybe.
So,
We should check.
Maybe because I was like, well, you shouldn't have to reach out for
Yeah,
that. It
that's
should be made
true.
publicly available. You're trying to decide between a lot of people and a lot of good people, and you want every bit of information to make that decision.
Great. How can tribal membership contact you if they want to ask you more questions?
I have my email address, which is boongrout@hotmail.com, boongrout@hotmail.com, and my phone number is 503-801-6005. I actually just literally talked to a member right before this that had reached out to me and wanted, so we talked, and because I had about 20 minutes to kill before this, and so I just thought, well, I'll call them really quick, and they were very appreciative. So I'm more than willing to always answer. I actually like doing that. I like engaging with the membership. I mean, you can't want to do this and not want to talk to people and want to get ideas and want to get input. It's just the type of person I am.
Great. Well, thank you. So why don't you tell us how the candidate forum went for you?
I think it went good. I, came prepared to talk about the issues that I think are most important for our members. I've been doing a lot of listening in community and just really sitting with what do our members want? What do they seek out of this tribal council election this year? And I tried to show up with the best answers that I could and, a real commitment to make that change going forward.
Great. And the one last question is, how do you think that this forum will affect your campaign for tribal council?
I hope that I get more people. I would love your vote and to engage with you as members. If you please reach out to me at all of my outlets. I have a website set up that I've shared online on Facebook and in the Wawa in my candidate letter. You can reach me at email at valeria.atanasio@gmail.com or at 971-209-5406. And I hope to earn your vote. If you haven't spoken with me and you're considering who you're going to vote for that first, second, or third position, please reach out, and I'd love to talk to you.
In a few words, why don't you tell us how the candidate forum went for you tonight?
I think it went well. There were a lot of good questions. I always appreciate an opportunity to have the membership engage and submit questions. And obviously these questions are important to the membership. And so having an opportunity to answer those questions and let the membership understand where each individual candidate comes from, I think is super important through any election cycle.
Great. And why don't you tell us how do you think this forum will affect your campaign for tribal council?
Exposure. I think that I think exposure is always a good thing, and I think that the forum is an important part of getting our voices out to the membership so they can understand where we come from on certain situations and in certain areas and issues that are important to the membership.
And how can membership contact you if they wish to ask you more questions?
Yeah, so email address, Toby McClary, that's TOBYMCCLARY @gmail.com. And then my cell phone number is 971-241-7141.
In a few words, tell us how the candidates forum went for you tonight.
I thought the candidates forum went well for me. I enjoyed the questions I received and enjoyed listening to everyone else answer their questions.
Great. And how do you think that the forum will affect your campaign for tribal council?
I think it just brings an awareness to the voters to what work you do as an incumbent, what you've learned over the years, and it just gives better focus on maybe where you're at today in your candidacy. And the other members that aren't incumbents, I think have a little bit of a disadvantage there because we have a little more history established as being an incumbent. But Best of luck to everyone. It's not an easy task to throw your name in the hat to run for council. But
Great. And how can the membership contact you if they want to ask more questions?
Denise Harvey at dnsharvey@yahoo.com, or you can send me a text message. I'm on social media, Messenger, Instagram, or you can call me at 503-577-2860. Thank you.
Thanks so much. In a few words, tell us how the Candidates Forum went for you tonight.
Oh, I thought it was great. I thought we had a really good diversity of questions. I haven't been up there with that many other candidates before, so I thought that was a really great experience as well. I think you could really see just differences of perspective and approach to the questions. So, yeah, I thought it was a really good night.
Great. And how do you think that this forum will affect your campaign for tribal council?
Well, I had an opportunity to talk about several things I'm really passionate about and that I think are really important going forward. So, staying in a leadership role in Oregon tribal gaming in a changing landscape, getting in on energy development opportunities for tribes and supporting a small business development. So that's really important. I also had the opportunity to talk about something I'm really passionate about, which is kind of recommitting ourselves to openness and transparency on tribal council. I'd really love us to look into some best practices around executive sessions and even revisit a report that has been shared with me that apparently was developed back in 2007 by some of our former tribal council members who had looked into the idea of an ethics commission. And it would be a forum dealing with ethics issues, but kind of operates independently like our gaming commission, right? And I think the fact that this was developed by our elders and former leaders also really recommends it to us, and we should take a good look at it. Because let's face it, it's good when people communicate problems or issues they see to tribal council. But tribal council is a really poor body to do investigations. That's not our role. We're not good at that. So this is a body that could take something on like that. So I'm really glad that we could just kind of put those issues on the table, and then we can discuss them more as we go forward.
Great. And my last question for you is, how can tribal membership contact you if they have more questions?
Please do. Please reach out to me at KathleenNGeorge@gmail.com. So Kathleen, extra N, George @gmail.com. Or I'm also on social media. Reach out via Facebook forum or however is convenient to you. And I really look forward to keeping the conversations going.
Great. Well, thank you. You'll notice that 7 of the 8 candidates were present tonight. Pete Wakeland sent in an explanation for his absence. I very much apologize for not being able to attend the forum. I still maintain my position with the federal government, and my job requires frequent travel. This week, I am out of state. I'm energetic for running for council and will be reachable on Facebook and Instagram soon. The smoke signals coverage on this tribal council election will be posted on our website at smokesignals.org. We'll have more coverage there. You can also listen to the long-form podcast interviews with all of the candidates, which will be available later in August. We hope that these podcasts and other coverage helps you decide on who to vote for the 2025 tribal council elections.